Hey everyone, it is possible to change Shovel the Cheeky Quasit's name to Basket or Fork and still get the permanent spell without any mods.
Yeah, so Arswipe changed it.
The unfortunate part is you need to leave Act 1 to do it. I will show you exactly how to do this and then explain why you have to leave Act 1 to get it to work. While I was looking into this, I discovered that there is actually fully scripted and voiced dialogue to give you the spell in Act 1 even if you change Shovel's name. But due to what I think was a simple mistake in coding, you are locked out from doing that and can only get the spell in Act 1 if you don't change Shovel's name. If you are interested, I will go a little bit more into that in the second half of the video. But for now, here are the steps to change Shovel's name and still get the spell. First, you will need the scroll that lets you summon Shovel. You can get it in the Apothecary Cellar in the Blighted Village, but don't cast it yet. Next, you will need to get to Act 2. But be warned, even though you can still get back to Act 1 to explore, a few of the things and quests will be locked out as soon as you leave Act 1. One of the major things that can happen if you head to Act 2 too soon is the Druid's Grove will complete their ritual, growing the vines blocking off that area and all the quest lines involved. It is still possible to get in with Misty Step or Dimension Door, but everyone inside will be hostile towards you, and all the quests are fully locked out. So before you head to Act 2, make sure you either look up what you must finish first, or just play through Act 1 as much as you want before continuing. Once you are ready, head to Act 2. The fastest way is going to the Mountain Pass next to the Goblin Camp, or you can go through the Underdark and Grimforge, but you will need to make it all the way to the Shadowlands for this route to work. And in case you didn't already know, you can actually do both the Mountain Pass and the Underdark in your game, and I highly recommend you do so, because they both have a lot of content, and doing one does not lock you out of the other, as much as the dialogue in-game would seem to indicate. Once you have made it to Act 2, choose the character you want to have the spell, and if they are not already a wizard, respec them to one. You can respec them back after. Now you want to cast the scroll with that character. Shovel will appear and start talking to you. You can choose any dialogue options you want, except for the one that asks about Illy. But the safest bet is just to choose option 1, where you say your name.
Huh? Who are you?
This leads directly to the options to change Shovel's name. Now you can choose Basket or Fork. Once you choose, finish up the rest of the dialogue, and you will now have the permanent spell to summon Basket or Fork whenever you like. For those of you who don't want to wait until Act 2 for this, I have made a mod which will let you get the spell in Act 1 even if you change Shovel's name. The link for that is provided below, or you can search for the name Shovel, Fork, Basket in the in-game mod manager. For now, it's only on PC, but once they approve it, it should be available on Mac and consoles too. It is very easy to use. You just need to change Shovel's name, or choose to keep it the same, and whatever character you cast the scroll with will gain the spell, even if they are not a spellcaster. It is also fully compatible with my mod that lets you get Shovel on all your party members. Now for the why. Why is it that you have to leave Act 1 to get Fork or Basket as your cheeky Quasit spell? After reviewing the scripts and dialogues, I discovered that it must have just been a simple mistake. Maybe it will even be patched in the future if Larian hears about it. So in the dialogue, there is a set for Act 1 and a set for if you are not in Act 1. The set for if you are not in Act 1 works as written, thus you can change Shovel's name and still get the spell, like I've shown. But the dialogue for if you are in Act 1 has a simple mistake. Basically, to get the spell in Act 1, the game looks for a flag on you that says you are learning the spell, which is normally given when you get the dialogue from Shovel about being a spellshite. There are 3 different options for this, one for each name. To trigger the dialogue, it looks for some specific things, or flags that get set when you do stuff. One is that you cast the spell and are a wizard, sorcerer, or warlock, and the other is that you are in Act 1 and have opened the mirror. The final flag it looks for is what name you gave the Quasit. Fork, Basket, or just chose to leave it as Shovel. This is where it went wrong. For leaving Shovel's name the same, everything is right and it works as intended, which is why you can get the spell as long as you did not change Shovel's name. But for the dialogue options that are supposed to trigger if you select Fork or Basket, they accidentally chose it to look for those name flags on the person who cast the spell, not the Quasit. So funnily enough, if you make a script to change your name in the game when you change shovels, you can actually get the full dialogue from Basket or Fork giving you the spell.
Oh, a spell shite. When the fisting starts, use the sparky magic to call Basket. Let's kill everything!
But then your name is now also Basket or Fork, and I couldn't figure out how to change that back. So I didn't go that route when I made my mod. Now, unfortunately, using the official mod toolkit, you cannot change anything in the dialogues. Otherwise, this would have been a super simple fix. You would just have to change it from looking for the flag on the player back to the Quasit, and it would all work fine. I am hopeful that Larian will fix this in a future patch, but for now, you can just use my mod. And for those that are interested in how I got my mod to work, I was able to get around the error by writing a new script. Basically, I wrote the script to give you the learning spell flag as soon as you chose what name to give the Quasit, which will then trigger the normal script to give you the spell. It's a bit of a roundabout way, but it ensures it won't conflict with any other mods involving the Quasit. It also has the added bonus that now you can get the spell on any character without needing to respec into a wizard, as long as you change Shovel's name or keep it the same. Unfortunately, however, you don't get the spellshite dialogue from the Quasit, which gives you the spell. But everything from that point forward is fine, and anytime you summon in, talk to, or look at the Quasit, the name will be shown as what you changed it to, including being used in dialogue. So it's a minor issue. At some point, I may look at making an unofficial mod that fixes the triggers in the dialogue so you get the full experience when changing Shovel's name. Or if someone else wants to do that, by all means, please do, unless Larian gets to it first. But for now, you can use my mod, or just wait until you get to Act 2 if you want to have Basket or Fork instead of Shovel as your permanent cheeky Quasit. Anyway, thanks for watching, and let that newly named Quasit do some murderizing.